Once in a small village where four brothers lived together. Their father had passed away, and the brothers decided to divide their father's land and house among themselves. After agreeing, each brother received a portion of land and house, and they decided that their mother would stay with each of them for 1 month at a time. However, the youngest brother, who was kind-hearted, didn't like the idea of passing their mother around. He feared that his brothers might not treat her well or care for her properly. With this concern, he had an idea and shared it with his brothers. He said, "My dear brothers, I have a proposal for you. If you agree, please accept it." Curious, the three brothers asked, "What is it you want to say?" The youngest brother replied, "Give me our mother in exchange for my share of the land and house. Let me take care of her for the rest of her life." The three brothers thought he was foolish to give up his land and house just to take care of their mother. They happily accepted, thinking it was a good deal for them. They would get extra property and avoid the responsibility of caring for their mother. So they agreed and entrusted their mother to the youngest brother. The youngest brother, along with his wife, moved into a small hut he already owned and devoted himself to looking after his mother. Day and night, he cared for her with all his heart, ensuring she lacked nothing. Eventually, his mother passed away peacefully. After his mother's passing, his wife remarked, "Your mother is gone, and now we're left with nothing." The man replied, "I gave my share of land and property for my mother because I believe there is no greater treasure in this world than a mother. I've heard that serving one's mother brings blessings in both this world and the hereafter. I chose my mother and gave up my property because I knew that blessings would come our way." One night after working hard all day, he fell asleep and had a vivid dream. In the dream, he saw 1,000 gold coins and heard a voice saying, "These coins are for you. If you want them, I can tell you where to find them." The man asked, "Will these coins bring blessings?" The voice replied, "No, they won't." So the man refused, saying, "I don't want them if they don't bring blessings." In the morning, he shared his dream with his wife, who scolded him for turning down such wealth, but he simply replied, "I only want what brings blessings." The next night, he dreamt of 100 gold coins and heard the same voice saying, "Take these if you wish. I can tell you where to find them." Again, he asked, "Will these bring blessings?" And again, the answer was no, so he refused once more. The next morning, he told his wife, who was even more frustrated with him. She said, "First you turned down 1,000 coins and now 100. On the third night, he dreamt of 2 gold coins. The voice offered them to him and promised to reveal where to find them. This time, when he asked if the coins had blessings, the answer was yes. So, he eagerly agreed and was shown a path through the forest where he would find a tree with a hidden treasure. The next morning, he shared the dream with his wife and then set out for the forest. Following the directions, he found the tree and the 2 gold coins, just as he had seen in his dream. When he brought them home, he showed them to his wife and asked her to keep them safe. His wife, however, suggested they use one of the coins to buy some food, since they had been living in poverty for so long. When he asked what she wanted, she replied, "I feel like having fish. Could you buy some?" Agreeing, he took 1 coin to the market and bought a large fish. When he returned home, He asked his wife to clean it while he went back to the forest to gather wood. As she cut open the fish, she was shocked to find two radiant pearls inside its belly. She couldn't believe her eyes and saved the pearls to show her husband. When her husband returned, she told him about the pearls, and he too was amazed. He took one pearl to a jeweler in a nearby city to find its worth. The jeweler, astonished by its rarity and beauty, told him, "This pearl is precious. I can't afford to buy it, but take it to the king. He's a wise and generous man. He'll appreciate it and offer a fair price." So the man took the pearl to the king, who listened carefully to his story. The king was deeply moved by the man's devotion to his mother. Examining the pearl, the king said, "This is indeed priceless, but to give you a fair reward, bring me the second pearl as well. Together, they are worth more than I can say." The man returned home and brought both pearls to the king, who was overjoyed and instructed his servants to fill 4 donkeys with as much gold as they could carry as a reward. As the man prepared to leave, the king sent 2 guards to accompany him for his safety. Upon reaching home, he showed his wife the incredible wealth, saying, "Didn't I tell you? This is the blessing of serving my mother." The king rewarded us beyond our imagination for those 2 pearls. And so, friends, we learn from this story that there is no greater wealth than a mother's love, and the blessings that come from serving her can bring rewards beyond measure. The story also teaches us that true wealth lies not in money or property, but in love, kindness, and caring for those who raised us. The youngest son's devotion to his mother brought him blessings far greater than any material riches. When we put others' needs before our own, life often rewards us in ways we may never expect. This story reminds us that honoring our loved ones and making sacrifices can lead to happiness and blessings that money can't buy. In the end, kindness and family bonds are the greatest treasures of all.